So Valentine's Day is today. And I kind of like Valentine's Day and I kind of don't. There are three kind of well-known stories about the different St. Valentines and which one inspired the real holiday. But my favorite is of St. Valentine of the 3rd century in Rome. Emperor Claudius II outlawed marriage of young men because he thought that single men made better soldiers, which I guess is kind of true, but at the same time, that's terrible. Valentine, who was a young priest at the time, thought this was stupid and married young couples anyway in secret, and when Claudius found out, he murdered Valentine, and I'm not sure how. There's a lot of speculation about all of this. I imagine beheading. That's how most things were done back then. But the reason I love this story so much better than the others is because this one is the story of how powerful and how important marriage is. Not just love, but marriage. If marriage wasn't all that important, then no one would have minded Claudius's decree. They'd have said, it's okay, we love each other anyway. But no, they were outraged. Valentine was outraged. He knew that love results in marriage. True love must be manifested in marriage, and that's why he died. He believed in the beauty and purity of marriage, not just of love. That's why, to me, every wedding is Valentine's Day. Because when you say those marriage vows and pledge your life to one other person for the rest of your days, you're saying, screw you, Claudius, I love this person, and the wedding band proves it. You know? My parents got engaged on Valentine's Day. My dad wrote the cheesiest poem you've ever heard and proposed in my grandmother's basement. And thank God my mother said yes. They're still married 22 years later because they do understand that love can only truly be made perfect in marriage. I'm one of those typical girls who hates Valentine's Day because I never have a Valentine to spend it with. I looked up a bunch of numbers and realized that Valentine's Day isn't about the love anymore. It's kind of turned into a guilt holiday. Like, if you don't give your woman a dozen roses, you're less of a man. For instance, 141 million cards are bought for Valentine's Day, and that's not including those little Valentine's kids give to each other in their Valentine's bags. $397 million in flower sales. That could cure the nation's debt right there. And 2.6 million in jewelry sales. That's a little ridiculous. While those things can say, hey, I was thinking about you today, is it really as special when you know that the man you love had to buy them because if he didn't, he'd get in trouble? I think it's just silly. Like the Beatles said, you can't buy me love, and it's true. Love has nothing to do with money. Divorce statistics in the United States and Great Britain show that the divorce rate for couples who make more than $500,000 a year is 3 times higher than of couples making less. Statistics also show that the more children you have, the more likely you are to make it to the gray and wrinkly stage of marriage. But not only that, the statistics also show that you are happier, that you consider yourself happier when you don't use contraceptives or, basically, when you live by a Catholic means. Because Catholics have a much lower divorce rate. And that's not because the Catholics don't do divorce, it's because they do marriage. Does that make sense? They know what marriage means. And when they say those wedding vows, they mean it. In conclusion, I think Valentine's Day started with the right idea, but was morphed into something it never should have been. And that's why, if I ever get married, Valentine's Day will not be celebrated between my husband and I, but our anniversary will be the biggest day of the year.